How's it going, everybody? It's C-RadTV back here in another video. So, of course, it's time for another NFL draft preview. So, the last time we had a draft preview, we took a look at the top round one defensive lineman prospects, mainly the defensive ends, edge rushers, and defensive tackles. And in this part, we're going to move to the other side of the defense by taking a look at the linebacking core. So, this one, we're going to take a look at the inside linebackers and outside linebackers and maybe some other edge rushers, too, to get a good idea of what talent we got in play for the top, for 32 and all that. So yeah, anyway, enough talk, since linebacker is still a need since the Lions still haven't had a top linebacker playmaker since DeAndre Levy. Even though they got a few decent linebackers in there, like Derek Barnes and a couple, they still need that big playmaker still. So we're going to take a look at them and see what we got for this. So let's go. So, starting off with the inside linebackers, the first one we're going to look over here, hailing out of Alabama, standing 6'2", weighing 235 pounds, we got Christian Harris. So, for Christian, he's your prototype pass defense inside linebacker, so he's very good at rushing the passer and defending the pass. So, in terms of strengths, he's a remarkable athlete, can flow through space with ease. He possesses quality length, knows how to use it against blockers. He can close speed and change of direction skills are phenomenal. Minimizes contact, slips past opponents without much trouble. He packs good power, has creativity as a blitzer, holds his own as coverage, could be a matchup piece against tight ends. His body control, his flexibility and balance, they're all fantastic. He's a safe tackler with good technique and accuracy. In terms of his weaknesses, though, he can't get got strained due to play action. Instincts need to be fine-tuned as he transitions to the NFL. His pursuit angles can be messy, and can lead to getting stuck behind teammates. He starts to cruise on reps when he's not one of the first players to the ball, so he needs to improve that. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to C.J. Mosley of the New York Jets, so definitely has a lot of upside for sure. A lot of things to like about him for sure. Definitely someone to keep an eye on for sure. And the last inside linebacker we're going to look at in this video before we move on to the outside linebackers, we got hailing out of Wyoming, standing 6'3", weighing 230 pounds, we got Chad Mumma. So for Chad, he's the prototype tackling inside linebacker, so he's very good at tackling the ball carrier. In terms of strengths, he's a collision junkie, can aggressively attack blockers and runners. His high-speed info processor can read and react at a great pace. Flips his hits, has incredible fluidity for a linebacker. He's very laterally explosive, allows him to slip past blocks efficiently. He's smart with his hands. His vision's adequate to parse through messy sight lines. He takes contact without losing his balance or getting derailed from his angles. His coverage ability, it's NFL caliber and NFL ready. He's also a strong and accurate tackler. In terms of his weaknesses, though, his tackle radius is average, though at least his some occasional lapses in space. His size isn't going to hurt him, but it won't help him either. So maybe a little bit undersized for the linebacking position. He's more of a try-hard blitzer than a uniquely gifted one. He's energetic and all-in style can lead to some moments of over-pursuing angles. And he needs to become more balanced as a space tackler. So he's very good. So yeah, there's some improvement there. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to Logan Wilson of the Cincinnati Bengals. So definitely a lot of upside for sure. A few things to work on for tackling, but overall, he's definitely someone to keep an eye on for sure. So now, moving on to the outside linebackers. The one and only outside linebacker we're going to go over in this video because most of this linebacking class is more in the second round or day 2. But yeah, anyway, the only one we're going to look at in this video, hailing out of Michigan, standing 6'5", weighing 248 pounds, we got David Ojebo. So for David, he's your prototype pass rushing outside linebacker, so he's very good at rushing the passer. In terms of strengths, he's effectively uses his length and protects his chest. Has great balance, leads to very few instances of losing his footing. He changes directions for quickly and fluidly. Has a strong upper half, wide tackle radius, helps him out in the run game. He's unfazed trying to track the ball through blockers. He's explosive out of his stance. Speed allows him to run down plays in pursuit. His spin moves are smooth and he can be unpredictable. He's slick with inside counters. He's bendy and flexible lower half, which can help him win around the corner. And in terms of his weaknesses, though, he plays too high, gives up the leverage battle without much of a fight. Lack of experience is evident with inconsistent play. He'll likely need to bulk up if he's going to take snaps as a defensive end. His hand usage is still developing. He tries to bully his way around shedding blocks rather than using technical abilities. And we all know the big red flag here was because during his pro day, during Michigan's pro day, Ojebo tore his ACL. So he's going to be out for a while. So that ACL injury is a massive red flag, especially during training drills, because this is going to become a reoccurring thing. You know, all those questions are going to be answered. You know, in terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to Leonard Floyd of the Los Angeles Rams. So definitely David Ojebo definitely has all the potentials to be a top pass rusher in the league. But that ACL injury has really damaged his draft stock, because before that injury, he was definitely a slam dunk top 10 pick. Now, that injury could knock him almost all the way out of the first round, maybe into the second round. If Detroit takes him, though, it would definitely be high risk. But if it works out, maybe that risk could become a high reward. You know, definitely would be a gamble taking him for sure, because more than likely you wouldn't have him for this year anyway. So yeah, definitely a gamble taking Ojebo. But yeah, anyway, that's going to wrap it up here for this Detroit Lions NFL draft preview. So yeah, quite a few interesting prospects for sure. To be honest though, this draft class for the linebackers isn't as strong as it was in years past. Like, most of the linebacker prospects aren't expected to go till maybe the second or third round or even day 3. So yeah, it's more like a depth draft for linebackers. Like, there's a couple playmakers, but nothing too serious. But yeah, still maybe some interesting pieces to take a look at and maybe consider in the draft, since linebacker is still a massive need for the Lions, without a doubt. But yeah, anyway, and yes, if anyone knows, I did make that community post about the Lions getting Hard Knocks this year. I've been wanting the Lions to get Hard Knocks for a while. About time it finally happened, so yeah. And I heard that Hard Knocks, it was the main reason why Detroit is getting the draft in 2024. I heard that was one of the conditions for Detroit, that they would get the draft if they agreed to go to Hard Knocks, so they took it. So yeah, Detroit gets Hard Knocks, and they'll be hosting the draft in 2024. And yes, if anyone's wondering, I'm more than likely considering going to the draft in 2024. And if I go to the draft, there will be vlogs for sure. But yeah, and I will meet up with people for sure. All kinds of shit, you know. Yeah, you know, I'll talk more about the 2024 draft in Detroit when we cross that bridge in a couple years. You know, when we get close to it, I'll do more updates for that, you know, because, you know, we got 2 years until that happens. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, this summer's definitely going to be good to watch in terms of the Lions. At least right now, it's great to see the Lions finally getting some respect from the NFL and the media. So yeah, Detroit, so yeah, for the Lions fans, you want the league to respect you? Here's your golden opportunity right here with the draft and the Hard Knocks. All I say to Detroit is this: don't fuck this opportunity up, because you may never get this chance again. But yeah, you know, I'll talk more. I'm going to talk more about Detroit getting Hard Knocks and the draft in a different video. But yeah, and also I did hear about the NFL changing the postseason overtime rules. All I say is, why? Why did the NFL cater to the crybaby NFL fans that complain about the rules? Let me just say this. And football's a team sport for a reason. You can't stop a 75-yard drive when it matters, then you don't deserve to get the ball back on the offense. Let me be real, the coin toss never decided the games in overtime. Defense and strategy did. Just in the end, the NFL fans, they whined and complained and cried like little brats until they finally got their way. But yeah, I'll probably talk about that in a different video. But yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up here, and that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone's a great day, and I'll see you on whatever I make next. Peace.